Hi, this is Riley Queen here with Avery Biggerstaff for the next episode of Dynasty Talk. We no longer have Brian James with us. He graduated early, sadly. Let's have a moment of silence for him. Okay. So, Avery, I know you used to have your old podcast about the pair, the story of the pair. Why are you here with us now?
I mean, Brian was a huge inspiration about the pair, but now that he's tragically gone, the pair just kind of fell apart without Brian's brain. So just had to change up, and we're going to football now.
Once again, let's get a little moment of silence for Brian.
So now that Brian is gone, and I've obviously took his spot, we're going to tell you what we think about Brian.
You know, I always appreciated Brian. Me and him, we always went back and forth on these podcasts. Made them probably a bit too long just because how passionate we were about them. And it was a great guy to do the podcast with, and sadly not going to be seeing him anymore at school, but he will always live in my heart.
Yeah, me and Brian, pretty good dude, and always just like messing with him. It's just fun. He doesn't really ever get mad, but he gets just really annoyed.
Yeah.
It's kind of just fun to see him really get annoyed.
Just overall a good guy.
Yep.
So last week was the NFL divisional round of the playoffs, and we had some great matchups. First, we had the Texans and the Ravens. The Ravens blowing them out 34-10. What did you think of that game?
It wasn't even close because they had the number one seed. Most people saw it coming. So
yeah, the Ravens are really powerhouse. Most people's Super Bowl favorites with Lamar, the MVP favorite. The Packers and the 49ers, another one seed against the 7-seed Packers, but they kept it close, 24-21.
it was a pretty close game, but the 49ers end up out with the win by 3. It was a pretty good game.
The Packers kind of fell apart there at the end. They had a good lead, and I thought they were going to win, but then the 49ers pulled it off. The Buccaneers and the Lions, 31-23. I think most people thought the Lions were going to win this one.
Yep. The Lions I think they played a better game and just better team.
It was a tough loss for Baker Mayfield, one of my favorite players, throwing an interception on the final drive. Okay, and then the last game of the divisional round was the Kansas City Chiefs versus the Buffalo Bills. Very anticipated game. These two teams have a good rivalry going with two of the best QBs in the league. 27-24.
Pretty good game. The Chiefs won by a field goal, and the Bills had some just pretty bad plays, and Chiefs end up winning. Maybe next year the Bills come off with a win versus the Chiefs in a playoff round.
The Bills so far 0-3 against Patrick Mahomes' Chiefs, and that was the game to win, having home field advantage, but just a bad kick at the end by Tyler Bass. And even if they would have made the kick, the Chiefs still had about 2 minutes to go down and score. And then this weekend, we have the conference championship games between the Chiefs and the Ravens and the Lions and 49ers. I personally am a Chiefs fan, so I'm taking the Chiefs over the Ravens, even though most people disagree.
I'd have to agree with you. I'm more of a Chiefs fan myself, and the Ravens it's going to be a good game no matter what, and the Ravens might be the better team, but I think the Chiefs might be able to pull it off and get the win.
Yeah, Patrick Mahomes has never had a defense like this, and I think it'll give him the win, especially with his chemistry with Travis Kelce. The Lions and the 49ers, I think this will be a close game. The 49ers, the 1 seed, Lions, the 3 seed, but I think the 49ers just have more firepower.
I have to disagree with you on that one. I think that not even going to be close. The Lions are just going to blow the 49ers out of the park. I just have a feeling.
I don't know if the Lions keep it a 1-score game with the Bucs. I don't know how they're going to fare against the 49ers. So I have the Chiefs and the 49ers in the Super Bowl. We've seen this before, except at the time, the 49ers had a much worse QB in Jimmy Garoppolo.